Here we have the all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Now this one comes in the Reserve 3 trim level with all-wheel drive in infinite black metallic. And then we do have black onyx and blue premium leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And I just love how they did these. To the front end here, we do get LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights, and we have that illuminated badge as well. Now the lights don't actually do that dance, that's just how my camera's picking them up, but still looks fantastic in person. Just a great looking front fascia here, it's beautiful. Now as we come around to the wheels here, these are gonna be 21-inch aluminum. Fantastic look. Now I wanted to review this just because I wanted to compare this to the black label. This one's 13 grand cheaper than the black label I reviewed, I think last week. And I think this is really gonna be the sweet spot here, but I'll show you why in a minute. We get that Rebel Ultima sound system, power door locks, memory seat functions, power windows, power mirrors, electronic child lock and rear window lock, and then we have the power folding mirrors as well. And then those have blind spot monitors in them. And that's the door handle there. So to open the hood, hit this twice. Headlamp controls are here, power lift gate, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then finally, here's our power driver seat, and we do get power thigh support there, 4-way lumbar and massage. So just a pretty impressive vehicle overall. Sorry about the chime, but a big shout out to Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Nautilus today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And I didn't want to run this through the car wash just because it's a new vehicle, probably needs to be detailed correctly, as opposed to running it through the quick wash. And there was just a lot of pollen here as we're going into spring. So that's what all that is. It's not really dirty. But that sticker price is $64,650. And the one I did, the black label, was like $77 and some change. So far, not really noticing any huge differences other than this middle seat here so far. And we had that brown interior in the one or the red interior, that's what it was. And it just made a big difference, but also I think it had that caviar gray or whatever, and that was a $2 grand option. But back here, seat back pockets are on both sides. We have the USB-C ports integrated in the back there. I love that. And then we get the 3-stage heated rear seats back here, and the AC vents are there. So this is a Chinese vehicle, and it kind of shows because the tech in here is crazy. Very impressive. Now here, bottle holders, and then we have a little storage tray in the middle there. And so far, all of this, except the interior color, is looking identical to the black label that I tested last week. At least I'm not missing anything as of now, and that's a good thing. I think that headliner may have been suede or something like that, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm never gonna be looking at it. Fuel filler there. And then as we come around to the back end here, of course, we get the LED tail lamps. And I love that light bar there, just a fantastic look. While I'm opening the lift gate, we're gonna take a quick look underneath. There's the exhaust there. And then tons of space behind the second row. Lift this up, spare tire as well. And then these come out. You wanna hang some bags. And then we can power release our second row if we wanna do that. So, seat goes down about flat, and pretty easy to just snap it back into place. And then your tethers are hidden back here. So pretty neat how they did that. And then our front passenger seat, same adjustability as the driver's side, which I love, including that thigh support there. And the controls even look very, very premium, beautiful. And then a glove compartment here, owner's manuals are there. And just a quick close-up of that screen before I cut the vehicle on. It's just so neat how they did that. Now back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Pretty much get that engine across the board. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat, start her up. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Let's go ahead and start it up. So this can be a bit overwhelming at first when you hop in here, because you get these screens and then you have the main infotainment screen here. It's a lot. But I love everything that's here. You almost feel like you're in like an Apple car or something, because you get all of this that's right in front of you. You're able to see the audio, the clock. You can even change what's over there to a degree. Now, what is actually done up here, you can see how that lines up with what's in front of me, right? So I can take this and it'll show me what's going on there. So I can turn the volume down, up, voice recognition's over here. And it's a bit finicky, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty cool for the most part. And then all of your cruise controls are over here. So when I activate this, it'll show me my options over there. So it's weird, but again, it's pretty cool. But back to the radio here, I do get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio, and then we have the wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. All of our shortcuts are here. So we do have Google Maps here. So you need a subscription for that. All of your drive modes can be adjusted here. And this is one of those things, I could walk you through it, but I mean, you just have to kind of play with it and get used to it. Now over here, this is where you can adjust what's on that screen. So you can see I have 3 screens, or 3 windows up there. So let's say I want to put my tire pressure sensors here, and I want to put my fuel economy where the clock is. So that's my setup there. It's very, very cool, I think. Really neat, and the graphics are incredible. Now we do have dual zone automatic climate controls. All that's done through the screen as well. 3-stage heated cool front seats, 2 heated steering wheel toggle. You can go in here and kind of see the full setup. Now what is neat is you can actually adjust the vents from the screen itself. Get very nitpicky, if you will, where the airflow is going. So I like that, really cool. And then the backup camera pulls up here, and then I have that bird's eye view. And I can adjust everything here. So if I want to do this, I can zoom in or whatever, and then it'll show me up there. So it's just, they did such a great job with this. So it kind of makes me excited about the new Aviator, even though I like the looks of the older Aviator better. But I mean, this tech in here is just phenomenal. Now shifter, park, reverse, neutral, drive, the limiter there, your auto stop toggles there, hazards. And then we do have parking assist there, the defroster, and then hit this for the camera, but that'll pull up the front camera on the fly there. And then we have the drive mode. That's a shortcut, and I can pull that up on the screen there. And then I love how, I don't know if this is like an Asian thing, but I mean, in terms of the manufacturers, but I just think it's funny how Genesis kind of does this big time, just having these little crystallized looking knobs. And now I'm seeing them in the Lincoln Nautilus. So it's pretty funny. Wireless charging pads here, a USB-C, USB-A port there, bottle holders. And I can stow all this away if I want to. Center console cubby space. We have 2 USB-C charge ports at 12 volt. Pretty good storage size in there. And then back to the screen here. If I want to go into these settings, and let's say I want to change my units of measurement, I can go down. Where is it? I believe it's in the system settings. Yeah, I can change the units. Fahrenheit for temperature. I can change miles and MPG if I want to go to kilometers or metric system, something like that. And languages, you actually do have several options. A lot of people complain, they're like, they're only English, Spanish, and French. But here you have several different options depending on what you want on your screen. But here are the controls for the sunroof, sunglasses holders here. And then I'm pushing the sunshade all the way back. And then once that goes back, I'm gonna go ahead and open the roof and show you how far it goes. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. So 2 touches get you all the way back there. And then a universal garage door transmitter there, vanity mirror. And then back to the steering wheel, blinkers, high beams. And then we do have automatic wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high. And then in that intermittent again with the automatic, we have the adjustability for that there. And then a rear wiper here, push back for the rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. And one thing I actually noticed was it seems like the fluid for the front is actually in the wipers themselves. So that's pretty neat. And again, all that adjustability on either side here kind of shows you what you can do right in there. So very neat. Push button start again. And then here we have the key fob with remote start. But next we're gonna go ahead and take this 2024 Nautilus Reserve 3 out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Nautilus, what's interesting about this, I mean, everything is interesting about this, but one of the things that kind of catches me off guard is the steering wheel. Just having this weird kind of oval-like shape. It looks fantastic, but actually driving it, it doesn't feel right. I'm sure you get used to that, but where I'm used to being at 10 and 2, I feel like there's more space here as opposed to just having a more circular wheel. But it could all be in my head. But again, it looks fantastic. It looks different. It looks futuristic. Where this thing really shines, I think probably for me, one of the more, what's the best way to put it? I guess futuristic, like ahead of its time, I guess. This feels like it's ahead of its time, just having the screens here, the screen there, the buttons, the steering wheel, the overall features you get, and especially just looking at it from the outside, I feel like this is one of the best releases for a vehicle that I've seen, other than maybe the Cybertruck, and that's only because it's different, like in a different direction, like weird. But this is just so elegant, so clean, so, again, futuristic's the only way to describe it. I feel like this is 10 years ahead of its time in terms of the looks, in terms of the technology, but Lincoln has always kind of been there. That's why they're so pricey. Just everything you get is much more, I should say much fancier than it needs to be. But I mean, a beautiful looking machine. You do get that same 8-speed automatic and turbocharged 4-cylinder that was in the older Nautiluses, but if you're driving one of these, honestly, that's not really gonna be a concern. I think the 2-liter gets up, you have all-wheel drive, you have your different drive modes as well. Just an impressive package, and I think, say what you will about how expensive vehicles are, I think this is a pretty solid deal for mid-60s. The only place where I would have liked to have seen something, and I don't know how much everything costs from a manufacturer standpoint, but I would have loved if this had the 3-liter turbocharged V6. But other than that, I mean, I have no complaints about this whatsoever. Now I'm gonna put it into, I guess I'm in excite mode now, so I'm gonna leave it there and gonna try and get up to speed getting on the interstate. So we'll give it just a little throttle here. And I love how muscular the engine is without being overly intrusive. They did a phenomenal job with the overall just cabin acoustics in here. It's very quiet from the engine bay. And even with these 21-inch wheels, I'm cruising here right at 70. Road noise is not intrusive at all. Very impressed by that. And we do get the Blue Cruise here. So I can adjust that gap back, lane centering, adaptive cruise, all of that. and just a phenomenal driving experience. Very elegant. Now, I might not have this cruise on, I can't see, or the lane centering. But again, you do get that capability, and just what you get for the money, I think this is gonna be hard to beat. I don't think Cadillac's XT5 is touching this. Even some of the German competitors, I don't know if they can really reach where Lincoln has put the bar. But a phenomenal vehicle. With all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Reserve 3.